You know, the Loam Ranger channel is changing forever today, and it's because of that person up there on top of the massive drop called Brutus. They're gonna hit it for the very first time today. Dropping! Oh, crap. Oh my God! Did you know that the Loam Ranger channel is 6 years old now? It's crazy. And from the very beginning, the very first video project that we ever made, it was me and Beth. And that goes all the way back to 2008 when Beth and I started a photography business together. It's always been Beth and Ryan versus the world. And last year, we knew we needed some help to keep moving the Loam Ranger channel forward, and so we hired Hunter to help us film and edit. And that was a big deal for us. But now, we are bringing someone on to be a new on-camera presenter, to be a new face on the Loam Ranger channel going forward. And let me tell you, for Beth and I to bring someone on in this capacity, they've got to be something special. They've got to be someone that can bring a lot to the table for you, the viewer. They've got to be James McGovern. Woo!
So my first memory is actually a bike-related memory. I learned to ride when I was 2.5. I went into my mum and was like, take the training wheels off. I was probably way too young to learn, and it was probably pretty irresponsible of my mum. Thanks, Mum. But I just had to do it, and I spent about 4.5 hours out there just trying and trying and trying through a process of elimination to be able to ride my bike. As soon as I did, that was it. I was hooked for life. Let's go. Woo! Woo! That's not enough.
And throwing myself in the deep end with mountain biking is a style that has just worked for me so far. So trying one of the gnarliest drops on the North Shore was the perfect thing for my intro video.
I don't even want to look over the edge. Oh, that's a big old drop.
Now, we are bringing James on for so many different reasons, but to be honest, what it really boils down to is the fact that James is just the guy that you want to have on the ride with you. He's a great rider, but so humble about it. He makes everyone feel included and makes them feel great about themselves no matter what their skill level. On the video side of things, he's a carpenter by trade, and so he's got some serious trail building plans, and he really just wants to put his skills to work to make trails even better in his local community, and those videos are gonna be sick. And most importantly, his accent makes him sound way smarter than I do. And it's also good to note that him coming on the channel doesn't mean less of videos that I make, he's just adding to it. But I will say, I am super, super pumped to have another rider on the channel to make it so that I can get behind the camera sometimes, which is a place that I really love to be as well. Be the cinematographer, be the producer, all that fun behind the lens stuff. Man, I love that just as much being out in front of the camera on the bike.
I moved to Canada March 2nd, 2020. It was right at the point where the world was shutting down. It was like Buddy arrives in town and then all of the saloon doors just go.
So I'm a really social guy, and I knew that the only way for me to deal with the craziness that was 2020 was to get out and start building a network of friends. The jump park was the perfect place for it. On a very quiet day at the bike park, I met Ryan. What went from meeting like kids at a playground suddenly became smashing double blacks and sending jump lines all summer.
Oh, buddy. We were in Whistler. Remember when I surprised him with that Whistler trip? I do this thing where I just bluntly ask people, so what are you gonna do with your life? And that answer surprised me, like really surprised me, took me very off guard. What was that you responded with?
Oh, I want to be a presenter on the channel. And then it was just like,
What have I done?
Oh dear, I'm gonna put myself in like the deep end. I had no idea what was to come, and now we're here, 5 videos later.
And speaking of videos, after wrapping up some riding clips, James had a chat with the man himself to get some key pointers for hitting the Brutus drop. Then it was time to start doing run-ups. James could not wait to get it over and done with.
And then you're home free and you can never stress about this thing ever again. So mountain biking is an unbelievably personal journey. One person's forgettable feature is something that another person has been stressing out over. I love talking through somebody with a feature. If we have to sit there for 3 hours and work through this feature and they complete it or don't complete it, I feel so stoked to have been a part of their journey. And YouTube is like the bigger version of that for me, which is why it's so important to me that people comment and we have like a back and forth discussion about things that you see in the videos. I want to start a little chat between us. More to the point, what do you want to see from me this year? It's going to be a little while of this.
Okay.
You're right. This is big, mate.
James was clearly stressed,
This is big.
so we all decided it would be a great idea for him to get a quick warm-up lap in. Unfortunately for James, though, this warm-up lap on a trail he had never ridden before is on undoubtedly the gnarliest of all North Shore mountains. And as James is about to find out, this place takes no prisoners.
Trails are so steep. Woo! Huge icy rut.
You alright? Oh, there we go! Did you hit your melon?
Yeah.
Holy.
To me, James's clavicle looked like it might be slightly separated, and his shoulder and arm began to really stiffen up. Yet he insisted he do some more run-ups to Brutus, but with his shoulder getting worse and worse, we all decided that it was time to call it.
And all I can feel is my shoulders.
This isn't what James wanted to see happen, and he was clearly gutted. But at the same time, he was already fired up to come back later this year and tackle big old Brutus once and for all. He made the right call here today. That's all you really want from stuff like this. Everybody to make the right call on that day. There's a time for everything, and that's an important lesson, especially in action sports.
I just want to say thanks. I'm blown away by the community that the Lone Ranger has, and I cannot wait to be a part of it.
So Beth and I couldn't be more stoked to have James on the channel this year. There is so much that he has planned, that we have planned together. So make sure you subscribe if you haven't done so already. Yeah, let's go make some vids.
It's gonna be a hell of a year. What a day, mate. What a day. What a day. My shoulder is not working.
Well, wait a second. Who ended up hitting the drop then?
Okay. He says he's got it. He says he's going for it. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, buddy, let's go! Let's go, buddy! Woohoo!
Yes, man.
I thought so.
That was unreal, man. Yeah. I didn't see the landing, but it looked like it would have been perfect.
I hit the tree. Holding my pedal.
So good. Proud of you, dude.
Cheers, thank you.